Most people think a sauna is just about sweating, but it's so much bigger than that. Step into the heat and your body kicks into overdrive. Your heart pumps stronger. Your circulation opens up. Your muscles recover faster. Heat triggers proteins that repair your cells, lowers inflammation, even sharpens your brain by building new neurons. It lifts your mood, strengthens your immune system, and some research shows it can cut your risk of dying from anything by nearly 40%. In other words, a sauna isn't just relaxation, it's resilience, it's longevity, it's peak performance in a wooden box. And today, I'm testing out one of the most unique saunas that I've ever seen. And many of you have asked me to review this product, so here it is, the Hot Box Sauna. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right in. So the first thing we're gonna do is set it up. It does say online it should only take between 10 and 15 minutes, so let's put that to the test. I'll probably open this box first. See what's in here. Got a little box. And this is their heater. Very nice. And that's it. There we go. So we got everything unboxed, and the first thing we need to do is scan this QR code so that we can start building it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna build it.
The pallet will be
got a little YouTube video.
the floorboard and start assembling the 6.
Step number 1, we're gonna put the rubber feet on the floor. So we need these 6 little rubber feet and the floor, which is this big piece here. I guess I want to against the wall. Put this, and now we're just gonna screw these in. Now we've got those installed, and it's time to level the base. If you don't have the base level, don't move on to the next step. This is the base. This is where I will be when doing my sauna sesh. So there is a little hole in one end, and that is where the plug goes through. That's the front of your sauna. And the next steps, I'm gonna put the side pieces on, and that's where the tall piece is gonna get in. So this is theoretically how it would be sitting. One of the things I really like is that they've treated this. There's 2 different sizes. This is the standard. They do have an XL size as well that is about 4 feet wide. I'll go over all the specs once I have this thing set up. But it's about 18 inches, almost 18 inches wider. So you can actually fit 2 people in the XL, which is cool. But it comes with an MCT oil finish on the wood, which is going to help prevent sweat from dripping down into the wood, keeping it cleaner a little bit longer. There is an upgraded finish. We'll go over all that here in a second. I didn't opt for that. I just wanted to get the standard, which is priced at $4,990 at time of recording this video. And if you do need more information or you do decide you want to purchase one, I will have a link down in the description below, which will have a discount code if you decide to purchase. Saves you a little bit of money, supports the channel, everybody wins. Next step is grab the big panels here, and there is a groove that everything should slide right into, and yes, it sure does. You do want to make sure that it is perfectly even here. The wood feels so nice. They treat it with an MCT oil, so it keeps the sweat from actually like absorbing into it. All right, now will you stand inside here real quick and just hold them up? I think this goes in here.
Dang.
Cool. Dang, it looks pretty.
It does look pretty.
Super pretty. A few things that I want to point out at this stage in the building process is that this thing is super solid. The wood they use is really quality, and it just feels different. It feels different from a lot of the saunas that I've explored and experimented with. And the tracks that they're using, I mean, it's you can tell this is built with a lot of love and a lot of passion. I mean, like, look at these tracks. This is the track that everything goes into. So now we've got the whole thing built minus the roof and everything. So let's go ahead and just get in here and see how it feels. Wow, there's surprisingly a lot more room in here than I expected. It's kind of similar to like a premium cold plunge. Like when I'm getting into a cold plunge, that it's got similar room in there. So this is gonna be really interesting. I like that it takes up a small space. That is honestly one of the biggest selling points, is that it looks good and it takes up a really small footprint. Plus, it plugs into a household outlet. That's a huge thing for any sauna, especially a sauna that can reach temperatures of 220 degrees, which is what this is rated for. And this woman right here, always keeping me fed. Thank you, babe. Cheers.
This is what I do to stay at home.
You take care of me. The next step is actually really cool. This is the roof with my custom mantra in there. It goes like this. That just fell right into place. This is very easy to build. Everything's in there. So I want to also point something cool out. As a part of ordering this, you're able to put in your own mantra, a quote, something kind of short. And I chose more than able. And if any of you watching have ever seen kind of my story, I quit a 20-year career in the car business to be a full-time content creator as my trade, but more importantly, I just felt like God was calling me to do something more impactful, more purposeful for me. And I've always been passionate about health and wellness. I really love this journey. It's changed my life, my family's life, and so many lives around the world. And this song, More Than Able, came on at church the night before I decided to quit. And I prayed in my car, Lord, show me that you're not done with me. Show me that you want me to do this. I feel your calling here, but I really need to like clearly hear you, because I'm about to leave a huge job. It's gonna change a lot in my life. And this song, More Than Able, came on and it changed my life. So that's why I chose More Than Able as my mantra here. And now every time I get in the sauna, I'm gonna remember that and just be able to give God all the glory for all of this. Thanks for watching. Here we go. Let's keep going. Now we're gonna put this piece on. I think it goes like this. Yeah, that looks right. We're in there, looks flush. Now this has wheels on it. If you see that, I mean, this is just quality. It has these wheels that, I mean, it's hard to tell, but like they roll, which it seems silly, right? But like, they didn't have to do that. They went extra. I didn't give myself enough room, but it's not very heavy. That's good news. It even has this little clear gasket to hold in the hot air, which is another nice touch. Wow, it's actually really smooth and solid. Next, there's a couple spots in here. We get to use some tools. The tools all come with it, which is nice too. So let's get in here, make sure everything's flush, and then install these brackets. Let's put a handle in here. Wow. All right, now we just do a little tighten. Everything's tight. This is actually really nice. I hate to say this, but I get a lot of free products to review, and I give a lot of them away. If you notice, like, I don't have room for everything that you've seen in your review. So I give a lot of stuff away to people. Please don't ask. I get a lot of inquiries too. People ask me. This is probably something I will keep. Just gonna say that. Just gonna throw this out there. This is something I will keep, and I feel like I will actually use. I like that it's right here. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It looks really pretty, and it reaches such high temperatures. There's also this little window, so like, I can be in the sauna and I can see if people are coming to my front door where I have it currently. It's lightweight, easy to install, feels like it's gonna last a long time, and having this More Than Able up here means a lot to me. So quality product, guys. To the guys at the Hot Box, you guys, I'm impressed, really impressed. Can't wait to actually get my first sweat in this thing. Now let's install the heaters. It says not to over tighten. Got 4 of these bulbs. Each bulb's 300 watts. Last one. So the next step would be installing the EMF shield and the shield over the light bulbs. But before I do that, I'm just gonna plug it in and just make sure they're all working. This isn't part of the instructions, it's just my own little add-on. Ooh, that was instantly hot. All right, let's keep the install going. I can't wait to turn this thing on and actually use it. So this is an EMF shield, also a cover to protect you from accidentally burning yourself on the light bulbs. Oh my. Nothing has been hard to install. Everything's been really easy. All right, everything's done. We're done. Well, there is one more step. Make sure you get all your plastic out of your sauna. So the last step would be installing this. This is a Wi-Fi adapter, so you can control it from your phone. It's a good safety feature. Helps make sure that you accidentally don't leave your sauna on for too long and it turns off. You have a timer and stuff like that. You can't adjust temperature. That's the one thing about this is you just plug it in. The longer it's on, the hotter it's gonna get. You can use this and actually just press the button to bypass the Wi-Fi, or you can connect it to the app and control it from there. That is your choice. For me, I'm just gonna use the bypass. Well, that was fun. We've got this thing heating up and it's been on for about 30 minutes now, completely fired up, and it's already at about 170 degrees. This is one of those saunas that you are going to want to leave plugged in. You're going to want to give it about an hour of lead time before you get in. Now 30 minutes, right now in my house, it's about 72 degrees is the ambient temperature. So if it was sitting outside where it's about 90 degrees, it would heat up a lot faster. It's going to depend on where you have it. Now I do want to talk about some of the specs, some of the setup, and some of the things that you can expect if you do decide to go with the Hot Box Sauna. The first thing, let's talk about what separates the Hot Box Sauna from many of the other saunas that I've reviewed. Number one, it is the first sauna that I've reviewed that can get up to 220 degrees using infrared light, which also puts off red light. And all of that from a standard household outlet. Now, I do want to say that you're going to want to plug it into a dedicated circuit, something that you don't have a ton of other power being pulled from, because it is required required to have about 15 amps at the max setting. That's using a 120 volt, 60 hertz socket. And it's important to note that if you go with the standard, which is what I'm reviewing in this video, it will pull about 1200 watts max. The XL will pull about 1600 watts max. And that's why it's gonna be important to have a dedicated circuit for your sauna. Now it is indoor and outdoor rated, but you do need to have it under a cover. This is not a sauna that I would set out in the elements exposed to the rain like I do with most of the other saunas. So this is one you're gonna wanna have either inside or on a covered porch. A garage or gym is also a great space for this. The assembly literally took less than 10 minutes. It might have seemed like it took longer, and it probably did for me because I'm filming this, I'm trying to get different angles and show you what to expect when you are building this. But if I was just building this for speed, I could have probably had the entire thing up and running in 5 to 10 minutes. And probably the most time consuming part of this was literally screwing in those massive bulbs. If you do order this the way it comes, it will come with a coconut oil finish. So this is about what you can expect it to look like if you order it without any additions. Now let's talk about some of the accessories, options, and add-ons that you can get. The first is the Shosuiban Japanese finish. This is an ancient Japanese technique which heat treats the cedar for extreme durability. That edition currently costs about $800, and it does give it a really dark wood, almost a chocolate wood look, which is extremely unique. But to me, just the coconut oil finish alone makes the sauna stand out. The next option is a window, and I would encourage you to get the window. The window is a cool touch because you can kind of peek in and see the temperature if you get the thermometer. And also you can see out, so you can see what's going on around you. Otherwise it might seem a little claustrophobic in there because it is a small wooden box and it's a tight space. So I would definitely opt in for the window, which costs about $300 to add. And then the last option is adding a custom mantra. That costs about $100. And I think earlier in the video I said it is included. I was wrong. It is $100 extra to add the custom mantra. You don't have to do that, but I think it's a really cool touch and it makes your sauna custom to you. Now let's talk about the actual specs of this specific sauna. So this is the standard Hot Box Sauna, and it comes in at $4,900 before any options. As far as the dimensions go, it's 53 inches long, which isn't very big. It's 30.5 inches wide and it's 43 inches tall. That's the exterior dimensions. And the cool thing is, because there is a power cord, you can literally put this thing into a corner. You can put it anywhere that you want, any side that you want. And you don't have to worry about an electrical box sticking out of the sauna, which is something you need to account for if you purchased a larger sauna. They do require an electrician to come in and install, and most of them require thousands of dollars to be spent and bringing the right electricity to your sauna. So that's a huge bonus that this literally just plugs into your wall and you can position the sauna any way you want. Let's talk about the interior dimensions of this sauna real quick, because you have to shave a little bit of the size off to get inside it. So inside it's actually 50 inches long. It's 27.5 inches wide, so make sure you measure your shoulders out before you purchase this. And it's 40 inches tall. It's designed to fit one person up to 6'3" tall. So if you're any taller than this, or if you want to add a second person in your sauna sessions, you might want to consider the XL. The XL is priced at $6,100. It's designed for people up to 6'8" or 2 people because it is much wider. And as far as the dimensions go, it's 60 inches long, 48 inches wide, and 48 inches tall. And on the inside, it's 57 inches long, 45 inches wide, and 45 inches tall. So at time of recording this, those are the 2 different options you can choose from as far as sizes go. Now let's quickly talk about the other products that you might want to consider. One of them, and this is for my DIYers out there, which is actually how this channel got started. I started out by doing DIY cold plunges and some DIY saunas, and now I get to review them all. But if you're someone who wants to do a DIY and you want to purchase this heater or just add additional heat to your already hot sauna, you can purchase the heater standalone for $1,300. They also have a 100% hemp cushion, which I'm kind of regretting not getting because having a cushion in there would make it really, really comfortable. And it's made out of 100% hemp and wool inside. So there's no synthetic material, which if you've been following my content here for the past few months, you notice that I've made a pretty swift transition into trying to avoid wearing synthetics when I'm in my saunas. So it just makes sense to not have synthetic cushions in your sauna as well. If you are gonna keep this outside under the cover, there is an additional cover I would recommend you get, and it costs about $400. And then there's a few other cool things like a towel holder, thermometers, and stuff like that that you can check out using the link down in the description below. That'll take you right to their website. You can check all the information out, and if they make any changes, it'll be listed on their website first. All right, well, that's all the specs. Let's actually get inside this thing and get our first session. And as I'm getting inside this thing, I think it's cool to note that it has a 0% EMF rating because they do have an EMF shield on the heaters. I do have this little EMF tester and I did test it. Funny thing is, inside the sauna, it was reading 0. You couldn't really see it because the lighting, the backlight of the red was weird, and this doesn't have a backlight, but it was 0 on my EMF reader. However, on the backside, on the outside where the electricity is going in and there's no shield, it was reading very minimal, but there was still a reading, which was kind of cool to actually see. So I can confirm that inside the sauna, it has a 0 EMF rating.
Where did it go?
All right, so I just did a 10-minute session just to test it out, and it was only at 180 degrees when I got in there, and I am dripping sweat. I am absolutely soaked. That was a great session. Heart rate, I know. Heart rate's at 120. I always try to keep track of everything. I use a Garmin. A lot of people ask me what wearable I wear. I don't really wear any. I wear this 3-year-old Garmin Fenix 7 solar, whatever. A couple of things I noticed. First impression, it's way more comfortable than I expected. I actually did expect it to be very uncomfortable. You know, like sometimes you get into a sauna, it's wooden, there's no cushions, and you're sitting on this hard ground, but at the end of the day, you're sitting on this hard wood. But one of the things I noticed in here is it's almost like you're in this like relaxed kind of reclined position. And I did get the backrest, I did get the thermometer. There are a few add-ons and additions that I have on this that you may not get, but the backrest made it really comfortable. I could also see not having a backrest would still be comfortable. There's nothing on the backside there. So it's just flat, solid wood. It was really comfortable. I was able to really just kind of get into a relaxed position. My feet were able to kind of plant into the wall. I was able to sit cross-legged too. You're able to kind of lean into the side. It's almost like, I don't know, you ever fly, you're in an airplane with somebody and you kind of like find all these different positions. You're not stuck in just one. There was a lot of different positions I was able to get into, and it was really, really comfortable. I did a full 10-minute session in there. It went really fast. Having the window was cool. My wife peeked in a few times to see me and check it out. That was really nice. I also noticed there's not really any metal in there that you can touch like on accident. There's obviously like the entire cage that's covering the lights. I didn't touch it. I was afraid to. I assume it's metal and it's gonna be hot, so I don't wanna burn myself willingly. Would I let my kids get in here? Maybe, I probably would. My kids are conditioned though that saunas have hot components that will burn you and scar you, so I would just make sure that they were relaxed in there, they weren't antsy, and there was only one at a time. But obviously to every parent, you need to make that decision for yourself, make the best decision for yourself. Now, let's get into my thoughts of this thing. I really like it. I think that there's a lot of things about this sauna that make it special. Number one is that you don't need an electrician to come and install it for you. They don't need to come and run additional power for you. You just need a 15 amp standard household outlet, and you have a sauna that can reach temperatures of 220 degrees. Now I am gonna keep it on. I'm just gonna let it roll. It did say online that you need about 90 minutes for it to get to that 220 mark, and obviously ambient temperature is gonna make a huge difference there. So my house is about 72 degrees ambient temperature. Let's see what happens in, another hour. In 30 minutes, I was able to get it to about 170, 180. That's what I got in. That's what I just experienced. And I am sweating. I'm dripping sweat. That's the benefit to infrared sauna heat. It heats you up from the inside, so you sweat really, really easily. And the fact that it reaches temperatures over 170 is very impressive. So I would say that if you're someone out there and you have a small space, or you just want something that looks cool, I mean, this actually looks really cool. It's beautiful premium wood, beautiful premium metal on the outside. It just looks really, really nice. I would definitely consider this, but that's my opinion. I'm curious to know what your opinion is. So if you have any questions I didn't go over in detail in this video, please pop them down in the comments below or reach out to me on Instagram. If you like this video, please like it, share it with a friend. YouTube rewards engagement. So comments, likes, shares, saves, all that stuff helps people who are looking for content like this find content like this. So if you don't mind doing that, that would be really, really cool. But other than that, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, my friends, and God bless. And hey, like I said, if you want more information on the sauna, the link will be down in the description below. I'll have it pop up on screen. And I'm gonna have another video pop up on screen I think you might like. So check that one out too. Thanks, guys.